Good morning, YouTube. This is a teacher's life coming to you. It's a cold and just supposed to snow this afternoon, so it's not a great day. Didn't plan to do a video today, but decided, hey, might as well. Um, just got a question for you. Do you ever make plans and like long-term plans for the year? I know a lot of people do this time of year. I do it this time of year, not because it's January 1st, but because as a teacher, I have some time off. So I've got a little bit of time to make plans for my personal life and for the for my business and set goals for the year. Before we talk about that, though, I want to talk about my shirt. I just got this shirt. I love this shirt. I'm a math teacher, so in case you didn't know. But 10 out of 8 people have trouble with fractions. I just thought this is so funny. And as a teacher, it's probably more than that. I'm not kidding. If you don't get this joke, you're probably one of them that struggles with fractions. But that's just, as a math teacher, it's a struggle to teach fractions. People just struggle with it. And I've taught adults, I've taught kids. You see a fraction, people, oh, no. But anyway, that's different. That could be a whole new video on its own. I was told a long time ago, if you don't, what did I say? If you don't plan, then you plan to fail. So I'll make me a little list. I got it here. Just things that I plan to do, and I'm big on. I make a plan. This is what my goal is. I'm going to set that goal. Then I'm going to come up with 2 to 5 things at least that what can I do to make sure this goal's met? Because it's great to have a goal. That's wonderful. That's the first step. But you gotta say, okay, this is what I got to do to make that goal. So that's what I do. I do it. I have nine goals that I'll set, and then I'll get a little time in March because it's spring break and I get time off. I'll look at the goals daily, but I'll look at it in spring break and I may say, you know what, I'm way ahead on this goal. I have goal XYZ for the year, and I'm halfway there, and I'm only 3 months in. Maybe I need to up this goal a little bit. I got another goal that it just didn't go the way I thought it would, and what I thought I should do, I'll take it out. Say that's not the direction I want to head in. I'm going to head this way. So I look at it every few months, mostly when I get time. I'll look at it again in June because I'll have some free time then. But it's something to kind of keep me on the right track and to let me know if I'm reaching the things that I need to reach and if I'm headed in the right direction. So we'll talk about what my goals are, and I think for me to do this on YouTube, it helps me to say, all right, if I do this, then I can. If I do this on here, then I'm held accountable, in my opinion, and that's just, it's for me. So you got your own goals, you set your own goals, you figure out a way to make those goals happen. Here's my goals, just no particular order, just the way I thought of them, and I wrote them down. I'll hang these up in my eBay room because I'm there pretty much every day, if nothing else, to ship, if nothing else, and so I'll look at them every day, and it'll help me stay on task. And if I get very many viewers, then maybe you'll contact me and say, hey, how's that goal going if I don't talk about it? All right, first goal. My goal is to lose 2 pounds every week. That's overall. If I do that, I should lose 100 pounds. I'm a big boy. I know that I need to lose the weight. The doctor tells me that every time I go see her. So right now I'm fairly healthy. I mean, I got some little things going on. But if I lose some weight, I'd be a lot better off. But I also know that it took me almost 50 years to put this weight on. And it's not going to take me, I'm not going to get rid of it today. So here's what I'm make sure I do, because I'm not good about this stuff. I'm going to work out at least 3 times a week for an hour, at least an hour. If I do that 3 times a week, I make commitment to do that. One, I can do that and spend some time with my wife. I can do that and take the dog for a walk, or I can go down to the gym. I got a gym membership now. And so I'm going to do that 3 times a week at least. When I'm off school, I'll probably do it a little bit more often. But during the school year, it's a little tough. But I'm going to make time for 3 times a week. And I'm going to stay away from sugar and carbs. I have been doing this for about 3 months. I very rarely have any sugar. I do eat more bread than what I should and have more carbs, but I feel better when I'm not drinking. I go to Sonic, give me a Route 44 happy hour. I get me one, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm getting an unsweet tea, and with one of the flavor add-ins that's the 0 carbs, 0 things, whatever. I think it's peach and mango and something else. Those are my 2 favorites. But I drink that, and if I feel like I want a pop, I'll go get me a sweet tea from Sonic. Still half price. I'm looking for a bargain. But I'm drinking. That leads me to the next thing. I'm drinking a lot of water. My goal is and I'm not a big water drinker. I'll drink it when I think of it or when I feel thirsty. But I know that when I drink water, I'm not as hungry. I don't want to eat. So my goal right now, I'm going to drink 2 liters of water a day. For me, that's a lot of water. But I'll make that happen. And I'll still drink my coffee, but I don't put sugar and cream in my coffee anyway. It's black coffee, and this is what I tell the kids. I got my coffee pot in my room, and the kids say, "Well, Mr. Kennedy, don't you put anything in your coffee?" I said, "Nope. If you make it right, you don't need anything." So I drink it black. I said, "Well, the guy across the hall, he drinks his with a whole bunch of cream and sugar." I said, "That's his choice, but I make my coffee right, and it tastes good, so I drink it black." So that's not a big deal for me, but I'm still going to drink 2 liters of water plus my coffee, and plus got to have some tea every now and then, but I just don't put the sugar in it. And over the last 3 months, I have broken down it, and like at Thanksgiving, I had to have a piece of pecan pie. I could go without all the other stuff, but you can only walk by pecan pie so many times, and it just jumps right in your hand. And next thing you're saying, "Oh, I'll look at it for a little bit." And next thing, gone. So, but I had a small piece, and I had another one at Christmas. And then I've had a couple times where I've gone like to get me a drink, and they brought me out sweet tea instead of sugar-free tea. And a couple times I've drank it, a couple times I've messed up. I got to learn when you go get a drink around here, you taste it first because they don't hear the unsweet tea. I've had people like give me sweet tea, and I don't even think about it. I put this little packet of whatever to make it taste halfway decent, and sometimes they don't give you the unsweet. They sweeten it, and then that stuff tastes terrible. So I just dump it out. I can't drink that. Oh no. But I am staying away from the sugars as much as possible. If I do this, I don't think it's going to be a big deal to lose 2 pounds a week. Now, we'll see. I weigh every Sunday. I lost, I think, 36 pounds last year, and not doing the exercise and eating sugar for part of the time and just kind of slowing it down. But I'm almost 50 years old. I will be 50 years old later this month. So it's past time for me to get in a little better shape. I've let myself go, and I need to cut it back down quite a bit. All right. So I'm going to lose 2 pounds a week. That should be 100 pounds over the year. I don't think that's going to be too much to ask. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Ask me in a couple months, and if I haven't thrown something out the window, we're all right. All right. The second goal, I'm going to do 20,000 in sales. I've done that before. It's not that hard. When I was doing retail full time, I made more than that a year. But for me doing it as a teacher, we're going to see. I think I only hit like 9,000, almost 10,000 on eBay. So I figure I'm doing eBay and Amazon. We'll amp it up and we'll get it to where I get 20,000 in sales this year. I think I might be able to do a lot more than that, but I want to keep it realistic. And for me, if I can do that consistently, then for me, there's no summer slowdown for me. It actually increases for me because I have more spare time. And even like the last couple of years, I've taught like a summer school program, and that's half a day. So I still get more listings done during the summer. So I actually see a pickup during the summer, just because I have more time to list, and so I get more listing done. For me to hit that 20,000, my goal is to do 18 at minimum 18 listings a week, and so I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and buy more items that are higher priced. I'm not going to turn down. I don't. The other day I was shopping, and I found some things that I could buy for $3 and sell for $15. I'm going to do that. But most of my items I'm going to shoot for more than $20, because it's not worth my time to sell things. The cheaper you sell them, the more you got to sell. And I'm not saying I'm not going to sell some of those, but the reason I bought some of those is because I could buy 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, and I know they sell. So even though I'm only paying $3 and going to get 15, it's not $20 to sell, but I can list 6 of them all at once, and so it's more like $75 for the sale. So it's just a matter of I'm going to get that money a little bit at a time, and so I'll do with that. But my goal is to sell average more than $20 an item. And that shouldn't be too hard. I've done that in the past. Probably should up that a little bit, but I'm going to go $20 right now because I'm doing a new Amazon thing, and I don't know how that's going to go and what's going to sell there. So I kept it at $20 an item. If I do average $20 an item, 18 items a week, then I should list at least $1,600 per month. And that's not a whole lot, but for a part-timer, that's not bad. And really where I came up with this is I'd like to have, for me, extra $500 a month. For me, for the most part, after fees and everything, even on a bad month, I get about a third or more profit of what I make. So if I'm making $1,500 a month, I'll make about $500 a month. And for me, that's a big for me. $500 a month it is profit is a very nice little addition to the income. It pays for the things that we want to do, and so that's how I came up with these numbers. You can set them for whatever numbers you are, but a general rule of thumb I use is about a third of what I make goes back into profit. It's just extra money. I can take that and I can reinvest. I can take that and say, you know what, we're going to do this month, or we're going to save this up for vacation, or we're going to save this up for whatever. Put a little in the bank, whatever I want to do with it. But for the most part, about a third of what I make, it turns out to be profit. And if I figure that way, then if I have a slow month, it's usually a little bit higher than that. But if I figure a third, that's easy math for me, and so I don't have to worry about it. So that's what my goal is. So this is what I need to do to get there. One of the other goals I'm going to do is buy more items that are ideal for Amazon. I've been doing that lately, spending more time looking for things that are specific for Amazon, and we'll see how that goes. You know, I'll know something in the next couple months whether it's worth it or not. But for me, I am buying more items that are specific for Amazon. All right. Third goal was to get Amazon account up and running. I did that before the new year. I had that done. I set these goals during the Christmas break. So it was a few days after Christmas. I kind of sat down and said, these are the goals I want, and I kind of looked over them. I've already got my selling account open, and I've had a selling account for a long time, but I haven't ever used it. I think I sold a few school books for my daughter, but I haven't really used it. So my goal was to open the account and get it up and running, and at least half the items that I list are going to be listed on Amazon. That's my goal. And if I'm buying things for Amazon, that shouldn't be too hard. I'm still going to have an eBay business. I'm still going to do eBay, and my goal is to not let eBay suffer. We'll see how it goes. My fourth goal: research the possibility of starting a flea market. There's one flea market in this area that's within a 20-minute drive, and that flea market's not really a flea market. It's more of a booth, like an antique booth place. They have room for maybe 10 people, and that to me, that's not a real flea market. There is one that's about 35 miles away, and they have a pretty decent one, but it's that one's a crazy one. And I used to go to this one with my dad. I need to go back to it sometime and just check it out. But when I was a kid, we'd get up, because there was no reserving booths or anything. You got there, you set up, and then they charge you $10. I don't know what it is now, but back then it was $10, and you set up. But if you wanted a spot, you got there at 2. If you got there at 2:30, you didn't have a selling spot. So you get there at 2. You brought lights that plugged into your truck, and otherwise you didn't have any lights. You're selling things in the dark, and this is the days before cell phones, so couldn't just break out my cell phone and shine a light on it. You had to have something. And when you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and back then 8 o'clock, you were shutting down. You were going back home, partly because there wasn't any customers left, and partly because you need to take a nap. Well, I like doing the flea markets. There's a few flea markets that you can travel to. There's a once a month one that's about 30 minutes into Texas that I haven't gone to yet. It's fairly new, but it's a once a month thing, and I like the idea of a flea market, and so I'm going to do some things. I found out how much it is for insurance. I have to find a ballpark. There's some things that could change depending on what we do, but a ballpark on insurance. There's a couple locations I'm going to be looking into, and then once I know that there's a possibility of I can get this, then I'm going to go on like Facebook Marketplace and see if I can find some people that want to do it. I've got to figure out how much rent I'm going to charge. I'm thinking for around here, a minimum $20 a space. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it Saturday, Sunday, or just Saturday, or just Sunday. I haven't decided that yet. I'll have to figure that out. But there's some things I need to figure out before I do it. But I'm going to do the research and see if it's profitable. If I find out that it's gonna, I got to have 500 vendors turn a profit, won't do it, because I don't think I'll get 500 vendors, especially up front. But if I find out, 10 vendors break even, I can get 10 vendors pretty easy. I'm just from people I know that'll do it. So we'll see how that goes. My goal is to have that figured out by the end of February, because honestly, I'm not going to have a flea market right now. It's too cold. You might get a good weekend here and there, but about February, March, it'll start getting better. And so if I can get things figured out by February, then I may open up my own flea market. All right. Wanted to start up a YouTube channel. That was goal number 5. I've started it. This is my 3rd video. I had to figure out how to do it. I'm not great at it right now. I make videos. I throw content out there. I see. I got my first subscriber. and my first views was yesterday. So, one subscriber and one other person that viewed. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it just started this about a week ago. We'll see how it goes. I would like to get a lot more people joining in, and so my number one thing with that was, how do you do it? Because I'd never done that before. So I figured out the basics, and I've shot a couple of videos. I've got them up there. So now I'm going to improve it as we go. Eventually, I may make a few dollars off of it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But that's a possibility. So I'm looking at that. And my goal is to do at least 3 videos a week. And it was to start the first week in January. I jumped the gun on that when I started before January. I started like last couple days of December. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But my goal is to do at least 3 videos a week, and keep that going for quite a while. 6th goal is kind of with my professional life. I have passed the test to be a principal. I've got 19 years teaching experience. I think it's about time for me to think about. I think about going on and being a principal, and so I'm looking for jobs with that. I passed the test. I got my paperwork turned in. That was a goal of mine, is to get the paperwork turned in. So it's in the mail. So we'll see. But I'm also going to be checking for jobs, principal jobs in this area. I don't want to go too far away because quite a few things. My wife's happy here. She likes it. And so I'm not gonna uproot, tell her, hey, we got to uproot and go somewhere. So I'm going to go somewhere close. There's several districts within driving distance of here. So it's not a big deal for me to do that. Also, my mom has cancer again. And so sometimes she needs somebody to go and take her to the doctor because they're doing a procedure that she needs somebody to drive. I'll be there for her for that. It's a tough situation, but I need to be close. And the last 2 years, after I closed my business, I've been back in teaching, taking 2 sick days, both of them, to take her to the doctor. And so I don't take a lot of sick days, but if I need to, I can. I've got them built up. I'll use them if I need to. And take that back. One of them was for a doctor. One of them was for a funeral. But anyway, I want to stay fairly close. My mom lives about 30 minutes away, and I want to be close enough that if she needs me, I'm there. So I'm not going to take a job 100 miles away, because then I feel like it would uproot my wife, and it would also be a situation where I couldn't be there to help my mom if she needs it. All right. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm checking for jobs about once a week, and if the right situation comes along, then I'll go for it. If it doesn't, I'm happy teaching. I like teaching. I like working with the kids, but it's time for me to say, hey, I got to look at retirement, and when I retire, I'll be basically start out at half your salary for the highest 3 years you got paid. That's one of the things that you got to think about. I wanted to be a principal, and if I do it this way, it's a lot easier to do half the salary of a principal compared to half the salary of a teacher to retire on. And who knows, I may enjoy it. Maybe a superintendent someday. We'll see. I'm just a almost 50-year-old kid. Who knows what I'm going to do when I grow up? Oh, good grief, my dog's yelping. All right. Goal number 7. Get this house ready to move. I'm planning on moving this summer. I'm not sure yet where yet, but it's time to. We've been renting this house, and when you do a rent house, there's a lot of problems that are there, and I want to move somewhere else and just a better situation. And we've looked at a few houses, and we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna have this house ready to move by summertime. That way, it's not a big stressful thing. Everything's ready. I'm getting rid of stuff that I don't need, that we don't need. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of the furniture, and just find a better living situation for all of us. My wife and I, and my daughter. We may do something with her. She's also a teacher, and we're looking at possibilities of all three moving into one place, that then we can share the bills and make it a little cheaper. We'll see how that goes. On that, I'm going to work an hour a day, at least 3 days a week. And if I do that by May, I should be good. Goal number 8. Oh, I'm starting in the eBay room because I have some things cluttered up and some things I was going to sell. I need to go through some of that too and say, I've had it for a year, I haven't sold it. Might be time to donate it. Or some of the stuff I've had for a year, I've said I'm going to get this listed. Still haven't because it's little stuff. And so I may say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to donate it. Or I may do a big auction and say junk drawer auction. I've done that before. And sell a whole bunch of little stuff all together. And you don't make as much per piece, but it's also a lot less time. I've got some old toys from like the 50s and 60s that are you can fit a whole bunch of them into a small box. I may just do a box full of those and take some pictures and put them on eBay instead of selling them all for a little bit. Goal number 8, going to spend more quality time with my wife. She works later than I do. She's a teacher too, but she works later than I do. She has some things going on, and that she does extra. And I've got some extra stuff, but she got more. She don't know how to say no. I say no more. And plus, I'm not as smart as her. So I learned that a long time ago. Hope she don't watch this video because I still tell her I'm smarter, but I know better. Only dumb thing she ever did was marry me. Should have married up, but hey, I married up. I'm good with that. But she does pretty much every night. She's at school late. I'm there a couple nights a week that I'm late. Way late. My contract time ends at 3:45. I still got some stuff to do at school. I stay there and get it done. But a couple nights a week, I have this robotics club that I have. My wife has the same thing, plus she's got some extra stuff. And so I'm there till late a couple nights a week. Every night she's there late. And then sometimes she's there on the weekend. So while she's doing that, I'll work on some of these things that are on my list. And then I still get to spend time with her. We're also looking at, I'm looking at doing some things together. When I go for a walk, she can go for a walk. And go work out. She's got her own membership too. We can work out together maybe, and that might be something we do that we spend some time together. I enjoy spending time with her, so that I thought that should be on the list. All right, goal 9: take a vacation, and a real vacation. For years, we'd go visit the family. When we lived in Colorado, we'd come to Oklahoma. When we live in Oklahoma, we go to Colorado. This year we're planning a trip to go to Colorado. We got nieces that are graduating high school. Seems like yesterday I was taking these little girls fishing. now they're older and graduating high school, and so we'll take a trip out there. But I mean, we do family kind of things where we go visit family. I want to do a vacation where she and I just get away. We did that. We took a weekend not too long ago. We had a long weekend. We just went, and we didn't do a whole lot of stuff. We just spent a weekend together, and that was to me, that was fun. I mean, we did shopping. I hate shopping. I go in, I look at the clearance stuff, scan a few things. It's worth buying. Get out of there. But we spent more time shopping. Even that wasn't so bad when I'm doing it with my wife. It makes more fun. So we're going to do some things together, but we're going to take some vacation. I want to go somewhere, the tooth stipulation, somewhere we haven't gone, and somewhere she wants to go. For me, I'm a big sports fan. I'd be happy going to Texas and Arlington, Texas, and Houston, Texas, and watching baseball a couple times. That'd be a great vacation for me. She wouldn't like it very much. She's not a big baseball fan. So I want to do something we both enjoy. And that doesn't mean that we can't go to a baseball game while we're there, or we can't go to something she sees that she thinks is interesting, and I kind of look at it. Yeah, we'll do that. But you give and take, and we're going to do something that we haven't done before, and we're going to go somewhere that we both want to go. And that's my goals. But I'm not just about goals. I know how I am, and you know how you are. You may not do this. I broke it down by the days of the week. So here's my thing. If I do it and I set a goal, I'll say, well, I'm going to get this done this week. Sunday goes by, I didn't get it done. Monday goes by, I'll work on it. Tuesday goes by, pretty soon it's Saturday, and I got a whole list of things I didn't get done. So what I do is I break it down Sunday through Saturday. Sunday I'm going to work out, I'm going to list, and I'm going to do YouTube. Monday I'm going to work on the house, and I'm going to work on the flea market till I get that figured out, and then I'll do something else with that time. Tuesday I'm going to do stay for robotics, and then I'm going to do YouTube. And Wednesday, robotics, and work on the house. Thursday, I'm going to work out, and I'm going to get some listing done. Friday, work on the house, and get the flea market figured out until I get it done. Once I get it figured out, then we'll see. And then I'll make a new list, figure out what I'm going to do, and how I'm going to figure that out, because I may be working Saturday and Sunday at the flea market. Saturday, I'm going to work out, I'm going to list, I'm going to do YouTube, and I'm going to check for jobs. Now, that checking for jobs, I'm probably going to do it more than once a week, because there's not many listings this time of year. So I'll usually check it 2 or 3 times. When I got an extra 2 minutes, I'll pull up on my computer and no jobs here. All right. But that's what I'm going to do every day. That way, if Sunday I didn't get as much listings as I wanted to get done, then I can say, okay, Monday I can work on, I've got these things to do, but I got an extra 30 minutes. I'll list a little more to get caught up. Hopefully, come a couple months, 3 months down the road, all these will be set, but I know they won't be. There's going to be some things in here that I say, you know what, it's not worth my time. There's going to be some things that I hit harder than what I had anticipated I would, because it is worth my time. And it's a constant it's a constant give and take. As one person always told me, it's a living document. It's going to change. But this is what I got set up, and as I figure out things, then I'll change them. Let me know what you think and what your goals are for the new year, and let's make them together. Let's make it together. It's all about all of us making a few dollars on YouTube, on eBay and Amazon. Oh, good grief! I haven't had enough coffee today. But it's also about us helping each other out. So like, subscribe, comment, and I'm out of here. Have a good one.